checkered tablecloths and the Chianti that you loved. As a line out on the sidewalk from the heavens up above, I was walking home the long way just to feel the evening chill. And I saw it there all lit up, and my heart just stood completely still. It used to be my safe place, the corner booth was mine. But that was in a different life and a different point in time. And now you've gone and ruined my favorite restaurants. I can't even walk past the front door. I see a ghost in our old booth laughing at a joke I told. Then I remember we don't do that anymore. He took the breadsticks and the laughter. He took the little candles flame. Yeah, you ruined my favorite restaurant, and you don't even know my name anymore. I bet that Mario still works there. He always knew our order well. I bet he'd smile and ask me just one tonight, and I would crumble, I can tell. So I just stared across the street and I watched the happy people dine, knowing one of those red leather seats used to be half mine. And now you've gone and ruined my favorite restaurants. I can't even walk past the front door. I see a ghost in our old booth laughing at a joke I told. Then I remember we don't do that anymore. He took the breadsticks and the laughter. He took the little candles flame. Yeah, you ruined my favorite restaurants, and you don't even know my name anymore. You ruined this whole zip code. You ruined my best jeans. You ruined that one Beatles song and all my teenage dreams. You ruined sleeping on the left side and the coffee that I choose. Was there anything in my whole life that you didn't want to lose? Oh, my favorite restaurant, it's just a building I can't see. Yeah, you ruined my favorite restaurant, or maybe you just ruined me. Don't go. You ruined my best jeans. Yeah, you ruined my favorite restaurant. Or maybe you just ruined me. Mailbox, just like every other day, past the crooked picket fence, the one we meant to paint in May. And there between the bills and a flyer for a loan is a letter with your first name and an address that was our home. And I get your mail sometimes, a ghost in an envelope. It's a paper-thin reminder of a dead and buried home. A bank statement, a magazine, it's all the same. You see, a little piece of you that still thinks it belongs with me. I put it on the counter with the stack from weeks before. I should write return to sender, but my hand gets stuck above the drawer. Do I text you? Is that weird? Would you even want me to? It's such a stupid, simple problem. I don't know what to do. 'Cause I get your mail sometimes, a ghost in an envelope. It's a paper-thin reminder of a dead and buried hope. A rain stain, a magazine, it's all the same, you see. A little piece of you that still thinks it belongs with me. So I guess it's just a metaphor for all the things we left behind. A life we didn't forward, a tangled, messy bind. You can't just cross an address out and pretend it wasn't true. You can't just return to sender all my memories of you. So the pile keeps getting taller, a monument of junk. Yeah, I get your mail sometimes, and every time my heart gets sunk, final set pedal steel guitar that fades out. Two chairs at the kitchen island, two mugs hanging on the hooks, two sets of keys there by the door for all the second looks. I walk through all these empty rooms, a ghost in my own dream. Nothing is the way it is, but everything is how it seems. This is a house built for two, with a garden and a perfect view. Every nail and every wire was meant to feed a growing fire. But the fire's dead, the view is cold and blue, in a house built for two that sleeps one tonight. We spent a month on paint samples to get this bedroom right. You said you loved the morning sun, I said I love the night. Now the sun just shows the dust off, and the night's a thing to fear. I can't believe you built a home and then just left me standing here in this house built for two, with a garden and a perfect view. Every nail and every wire meant to feed a growing fire. But the fire's dead, the view is cold and blue, in a house built for two that sleeps one tonight. Didn't mean nothing, all the plans we drew, this whole foundation built on me and you. You said forever, you looked me in the eye. Was our whole damn life just one beautiful lie? This is a house built for two, a future for two, a whole life for two, sleeps one tonight.
have the proof. You thumbed through circles on my hand, a breath was in the air. We were one
from a promise and 1 inch from a dare. Oh, I have mastered the art of almost, the study of the nearly was. I'm a scholar of the silence, a doctor of the painful pause. Yeah, I've perfected the art of almost. I know it frame by perfect frame, the masterpiece of nothing when you almost said my name. Just for fun or so we said. You talked about the morning sun and where we put the bed. I met all of your good friends, they thought that we were real. We never once corrected them, we love the way it feels. Oh, I have mastered the art of almost, the study of the nearly was. I'm a scholar of the silence, a doctor of the painful pause. Yeah, I've perfected the art of almost. I know it frame by perfect frame, the masterpiece of nothing when you almost said my name. Did you feel it too? That gravity, that quiet hopeful ache? Or was I just an architect designing my own beautiful mistake? We built a house of moments, but never found a key for the door. Almost. The art of almost. The art of almost is a beautiful side blur. Almost. Think about the buzzing in the air, the flickering pale green white light reflecting in your stare. The linoleum was polished, the ceiling tiles were stained, a perfect sterile setting full of love that had been drained. No violence, no pouring rain, no cinematic score, quiet little murder by the automatic door. We held a fluorescent light funeral, and the flowers and the tears, just a quiet brutal ending of all our foolish years. A eulogy in silence underneath that sickly glow. Our love was pronounced dead at a time I do not know. Were very measured, like a doctor reading notes. You listed all the symptoms in well-rehearsed quotes. There was no room for passion, there was no room for a scene. Just a clean and quiet exit, methodical, precise and mean. We held a fluorescent light funeral, and the flowers and no tears, just a quiet, brutal ending of all our foolish years. A eulogy in silence underneath that sickly glow. Our love was pronounced dead at a time I do not know. Your words were very measured, like a doctor reading notes. You listed all the symptoms in well-rehearsed quotes. There was no room for passion, there was no room for a scene. Just a clean and quiet exit, methodical, precise and mean. I remember kissing you under a string of festival lights. I remember the warmth of your skin on those long summer nights. How could that person, that beautiful, easy grace, end up right here in this horrible, sterile place? How did we get here? Oh! A fluorescent light funeral, funeral, and everything you said is dead. Is dead.
Selling everything I own and moving to some desert town with a name I've never known. But I'm addicted to this poison, I'm in love with the abuse. I'd rather have this memory than have nothing left of you. It tastes like you. Everything I do, it tastes like you.
Ada menyisakan suara lalu lintas yang jauh dan menggema.
tore my world apart. 'Cause I'm an expert in your old excuses, a scholar of your alibis. I've got a PhD in your abuses and the way you craft your pretty little lies. So don't you tell me that you're sorry, 'cause I know it isn't true. I'm an expert in your old excuses, and darling, I'm so done with you. You know the only one I'm mad at is the fool I was back then, who wanted so badly to believe you again and again and again. You didn't break me, darling, you just made me really, really smart. So thanks for the education, a lesson in deceit. This expert is now signing off. Click, delete.
I turn your lamp off on your side. It's just a habit now, I guess. I smooth the wrinkles on the sheets to try and hide the emptiness. This room feels like an ocean, and I'm a ship lost in the night, just trying to find a reason to even turn out my own light. 'Cause I only take up half of a king-sized bed, but all of it is filled up with the angry words we said. I stay right on my side like you're still lying there instead, taking up just half of a king-sized bed. I wake up in the darkness and I reach across the cold for a hand that isn't there to hold, a story that's grown old. I remember how you'd steal the covers and how I'd pull them back. Now I'm drowning in these blankets and everything is turning black. 'Cause I only take up half of a king-sized bed, but all of it is filled up with the promises now dead. I stay right on my side like you're still lying there instead, taking up just half of a king-sized bed. We bought this thing on a sunny Saturday, a monument to us, a foolish act of hopeful faith and blind romantic trust. Now it's just a wooden frame, holding memories and deep regret, the most comfortable and lonely place that I have ever found yet. Good night to the space beside me. Good night to what we had, yeah. Half of a king-sized bed.
The trees are black against the gray, the world's in monochrome. Your name lit up my screen today, a ghost inside my home. It's been a season of survival, a winter of the soul, and I'm an expert in denial, in losing all control. Three little words appear in white against the screen of blue. After all this silent frozen night, I finally hear from you. But it's January's apology. It's frozen on the ground. It's the sound of being sorry without making any real sound. It's a perfect word, a perfect line, a little bit too late. Your sorry is a winter crime that just seals our frozen fate. You said you think about it all, the anger and the fall. You said you never should have let me take the blame for it all. And every word you wrote is true, the ones I died to hear. But they don't feel the same way now at the freezing of the year. 'Cause it's January's apology. It's frozen on the ground. It's the sound of being sorry without making any real sound. It's a perfect word, a perfect line, a little bit too late. Your sorry is a winter crime that just seals our frozen fate. Where was this sorry back in August when I was burning in the heat? Where was this kindness in your voice on that unforgiving street? You can't put out a forest fire with a single melting flake of snow. It's January's apology, so beautiful and cold. The saddest story ever told is regret that's getting old.
The neon sign is flickering, same way that it always does. I take my seat there at the corner just because I guess it was our spot. And Frank is wiping down the counter with a rag. He gives that same old friendly smile, and I feel my stomach drag. He pours a whiskey, neat and slow, and leans in with a friendly grin. He says it's quiet for a Tuesday, so where have you two been? I just lie, I say, you know, just working late. I take a sip and seal my solitary fate. For one more night I'll play the part, I don't give it up. 'Cause the bartender thinks we're still in love, and he doesn't know he's pouring salt into my cup. I stare into the amber glass, and I remember that one night. You spilled your drink all down my shirt right after our first real fight. We made up right here on these stools. Frank bought us both around. This whole damn place is full of ghosts in every single sight and sound. I just lie, I say, you know, just working late. I take a sip and seal my solitary fate. For one more night I'll play the part, I don't give it up. 'Cause the bar should just tell him, make it clean. Say, Frank, we didn't last. But then I'd have to see the pity and relive all the past. Sometimes for a single moment, when he asks about you then, it almost feels like I could go back home and tell you how my day has been. Finish up my whiskey, say, Frank, I'm heading out. He says, you tell her I said hi. I say I will, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.